woman says never like a man more than he likes you, and that is the key to a successful relationship. This is what she had to say.
I'm going to say this, and I'm only going to say it once, and I need you to take heed. You can't like him more than he likes you. And let me rephrase it, because maybe you didn't understand. He has to like you more than you like him for it to actually work. So all you really need to do is sit back and just enjoy the ride. You can get off if you don't like it. You can stay on if you want to. But really, you can do what you want to do. But he has to like you more for it to work. If you want me to elaborate further, I will. But just sit back. Relax. Don't text. Don't call. Don't do nothing no more than what he do. Follow the pattern. Soon as you stop
Nigga, she
following
can't
the
even
pattern,
talk right.
you're fucked.
All right, so Quinn, we're not going to come to you first because the men, we were arguing about fighting gorillas. So I want to give the ladies an opportunity to be able to elaborate on what they think. So I'm going to just go straight off of what I see. We're going to go Mika, Molly, Carrie, and then we're going to get the guys in there. My beautiful Mika, what do you think about that?
I don't know the pattern she's talking about, but I, I definitely, I definitely think she's wrong. I understand what she's saying. I definitely do, but if I don't, if I don't like him like that, I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not listening. I'm not doing any of that. I understand what she's saying, but I think a lot of women who want to keep themselves from being vulnerable and quote unquote not getting hurt, I think they do that more. So I understand what she's saying, but it's definitely not something I would do.
Molly? Oh, we know how this about to go.
Oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, no, I agree with the lady in the video, obviously. I would never catch a bullet for a man, so by default, he's gonna like me more. But I just feel like a man will know if you like him. I don't feel like you have to do a whole lot. So I agree with her. Like you don't have to blow his phone up. I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
Let
I
me
like
ask you
don't
a
know what to
question.
say.
You know exactly what to say. You just don't want to say it.
Let me ask you a question, Molly. Do you think that it's difficult for a man to tell whether or not a woman likes him if she does not, in some way, shape, or form, kind of leads with, you know what I'm saying, her whole sentiment of, hey, I like you, or, you know what I'm saying, she got to kind of put that out there, especially in today's climate? Or do you think that a man has to be a lot more aggressive inside of the initial parts of the relationship?
I think the man should be more aggressive in the beginning. I feel like I think people think not liking a man more than he likes you means that you don't like him. I think that as a woman, I understand that men and women love completely differently. So for me, trying to like him more, it's not gonna work. Like the dynamic is gonna be off. I feel like I can still make you feel secure in the fact that I like you without liking you more. I would
I
never
ran
take a
out of
bullet
hats
for a
soon.
man. None of that. Like none of that. So I don't know. And I don't know too many women. I mean, I'm sure there are some women who would catch a bullet or stand in front of a train or something for their man, but most women would not. So I think we gotta
That's
be
not.
realistic.
What is this bullet?
I
Who
think
inserted
most men
bullet?
like their women more.
What?
All right, Carrie, let me get your thoughts.
Y'all be
Carrie,
willing to die for y'all women.
That's loyal, nigga. That ain't like.
Um, I think that this whole topic of like
Go get all the
he
hats.
like him
2K. Yup.
like him more than he likes you, he should like. I think it's kind of stupid. I think what she's implying is if a man likes you more than he will really show interest. He will pursue you. He will make it about you. He will, and I really don't like. I don't think that I wouldn't want a man to be all like that on me all the time anyway. Like I think that women might think they want that, but I think that over time they would start to view that in a negative way. And I think it's the same way with finding a
Do what
woman
in a
who likes
negative
you
way?
more. A man who is just so, because she said you could sit back. I think she said you could sit back. You won't have to do anything. He'll just. I didn't hear what she said. Like he'll just be there, or he'll be on. I didn't hear the rest, but it seemed like she was saying he'll be all on you. Like he'll be around you. It'll be about you. It'll be effortless, and I think that that's first. Why are you making that sound? That's not what she was saying.
Sorry, I thought I was on mute. My bad.
That wasn't what she was saying.
No, this is your
No,
opinion.
this is your opinion, Carrie.
Oh, so I mean, I think that the reason that she was given, it sounds good, but I don't really think that a woman would want that all of the time. And I don't really understand how would you even measure who likes who more? Like, shouldn't you want to be with somebody who I like you, you like me, you show it in your way, I show it in my way? I don't. I
It's
never really
never
understood this
equal.
whole. Well, but
But how do you
I
know
don't get
that?
how you measure that. Like, why? I just kind of look at it as like, are
You
you
can
interested or not? Like, who's more interested, and how do you
It's
even?
always psychological. It's always a game, even if people don't want to admit it. It's always a power dynamic. Always. Like
Now I need
See,
you
but
to
go
lead
ahead.
in love
it
with me.
just is. It just is. I know people don't like hearing it because we've been brainwashed by Disney. But come on. Come on.
I don't. But I'm
Men like
so.
when you pull back a little bit. They like when you're a little mean. They like when you they don't kind of know where they stand. They just do. Y'all just like that.
How the fuck you don't?
Maybe not to where it's
What?
like
But
super
even if that were,
crazy.
but even if okay, so let's just say that were true, Molly. Let's say that were true. But what you're describing to me sounds more like a strategy and not like the woman genuinely doesn't like him. To me, if you're willing to do all of that, you probably really do like him. Because why, if you don't like him, would you do all of that?
No, a lot of women are like that. They will do this whole strategy game, and some of them. I mean, it's like that's why they made that movie too. Could play that game because that's how
But that
most of them think.
right, but that's my point. If you're gonna do that, you like him. You're not gonna do
Yeah,
that if you
I
don't.
did not say that liking him less
So
means that
women
I
just out
don't
here
like
playing
him at
games. That's why y'all
all.
motherfuckers are
No,
single.
It's
they
just
do
as
because they're
far as
afraid
who
of
likes
being
who more,
vulnerable.
I'm never going to be a man's provider. It's just certain things I'm not
Think that you
willing
like him
to
or you
do.
don't.
Okay, Molly, wake up. Okay, first of all, okay.
What are you talking about?
The woman has to like you more. Okay. First of all, when we first started talking to you, we really didn't like you at all. All right, but we got the ability to go along with it until we grow into liking you. If you don't like me, do you know what you would do for me? Not shit. You won't wash the dishes. You won't shut up. You won't respect me. So
Who
therefore,
said that I
you
don't
have
like
to
you just because I don't like you more? I'm the prize. Why would I
listen,
like you
you have
more?
to like
You're
me
the
more. You have
What
to
the
like me
fuck?
more. We don't have
Yep,
to
she
like
said
y'all
it.
at
She
all.
said it, nigga. No,
We
you're
don't have to
not.
like y'all at all for us to get horny and fuck you. You have
That's
to like
fucking
us to get
crazy.
with you.
It's
You
women who sleep with men every day that they don't care about.
listen. Them hoes wired a little different. But for the
No,
average woman,
it's
you have to
bullshit.
like the man more.
It's
Liking a
I
bullshit.
man
want
more
to.
is what that
What?
woman did who ironed her
I
husband's
think we need
clothes so
to
he could
address
go
the fact that
cheat.
Molly said she's the
That's
prize. That's
liking
what
a
we need
man
to.
more. I could not see myself, I would not ever encourage a woman to ever put herself in that type of position because that's what liking a man more looks like to me.
What is liking a man more look like? I
Ironing his
missed it.
clothes so he can go see his side bay.
That's bare minimum. What the fuck is you talking about?
What are you talking
No,
about?
I think liking a man more. It definitely is not that. That's but
I'm just trying to
I think you
understand
have
how would you
to. But it's
know?
like I
How would you
said, you
measure
have
that?
to. How else
I
is
didn't
that
know.
gonna work? How else is that
How
gonna
would
work?
you
Because
know?
he can like you, but if you don't like him, you're not gonna respect him. I'm gonna tell you that
But
right
it
now.
doesn't mean that I don't like him. I just don't like him more
No,
than
you
he
have to
likes
like. You know
me.
why you have to like him more?
I
Because
can like him.
I guarantee
This
you.
goes
I
back to what I
guarantee you.
said fucking Tuesday. Women are stupid as fuck.
This is so weird. Like, how would you know who likes who more? I don't
You have to
understand
like
how
me
y'all
just
would
this
measure
much,
that.
and then you can't like me this much because
Wait,
you
wait,
really
wait,
don't
Because
wait,
he's
wait, wait,
always
wait.
gonna do
Hold
more
on.
for me
Like,
than I'm gonna do for
Hold
him.
on. Do y'all think that it's a little disingenuous in being able to identify who's the person that's more obsessed with when you in it? Not saying from the outside looking in, but I'm saying that when you're in the relationship or when you're in a situationship or whatever it is, that there is a clear person that probably is a little bit more aggressive inside of the relationship. Y'all don't think that that's
Yeah,
a thing?
you can
Yeah,
tell.
there's
Obvious.
always
It's
somebody.
very obvious. It's very
Right.
obvious.
So with that being said, which I mean, y'all can disagree with Molly. I haven't stated my position at all, or whatever, right? But so with that being said, there's always going to be somebody that likes somebody more, or somebody that makes the first move, or whatever, right? Or makes a consistent effort more than the other person. Who has to be the one that is it the man or the woman that should be the person that is more liking the other person, or at least outwardly expressing it, that
it's
then would let the relationship
situational.
actually okay. In what way? Q Diddy.
Like if you just date like you normal, I'm normal, we need each other type of shit, that looks a little different. But if I'm that nigga and you just another fucking box, looks a
Well, that's
little
not a
different.
relationship though. That's a
But are y'all
situation.
talking about in the
Well,
relationship?
I'm
or
even
you
talking
about
about
when
going
you
forward,
meet
nigga.
and how
Like
you
I'm
I'm talking
nigga, I'm the
about
dude. You want what
a
I
little
got?
bit of
nigga,
both, Carrie.
Okay, so being more aggressive or being maybe you show, I don't know, interest more than the other person means that we're saying like that means they like them more. I'm just
Not
trying to understand, how
necessarily.
are
I
y'all
mean,
measuring the like?
I don't think it's anything that you can tangibly measure. I just think that it's
I
just
think I
So
think
then
you
how do we
can. I
so
think you
then how
can because but it's just it shows differently, right? Because men are more action based,
facts.
right? And then us as women, we deal more in the psychological. So you're going to see certain things differently than you would from a man. But if a man likes you, they'll do things that they normally would not do because you can see it in their action. They didn't
but
date
that's
5 other girls, and they
but
didn't.
that's
They haven't done any of that.
but Mika, you just said if a man likes you. I get the if somebody likes you, but we're talking about if one likes the other one more. And what you just said is even more the reason why I don't understand how you can measure it, because the way that a man is going to show how he likes his woman is going to look different than how she shows him how she
You
likes him.
Right.
So how are we measuring
Right. Well, no,
whose
no.
like
The
is
question was,
more?
I get what you're saying, but the question was,
I
how
love you,
can you
Carrie.
see it? He was like, how are you measuring that? How are you measuring if somebody, if
I'm
he,
saying
if,
my
go
question
ahead.
is how can we really measure who likes who more? Like, that's why I said I think this
I
is
just think
kind
that
of
you can just inherently tell.
silly.
you
I
it's
don't
definitely intangible.
You can tell. Like I can
You don't
tell. I can
realize that
tell.
somebody is calling you all the time. You don't
Bro,
realize that.
okay,
yeah.
see,
I get what, hold
but
on. I
now
get
you're
what
You can
she's
bringing
saying
realize who's
though.
initiating things. Like
I get what
who's
she's saying,
initiating,
but
who said, "Hey,
sometimes,
okay, but you're
hey, when we gonna hang out? Hey, when
but
we gonna
that's
do
why
this? Hey, when we gonna do that?"
Slimmy, that's why I asked. So are we talking about in the beginning when two people meet, who's pursuing who more, who's showing more
I think
interest,
that
or
that's
are
what
we
I was
talking
saying.
about
Both.
relationship? And
That's what
Anton
I was
said
saying.
Continuously,
Both.
both. Okay,
continuously.
so
It's
I
supposed to
get
like I think it should even out as you get away from the
that's not
beginning.
if you're in a relationship.
It don't.
I
I
get
don't think
if
No,
you
so.
meet I get if you
no.
meet somebody, it's like who's pursuing who's
Look,
showing more
look.
interest. I get that, but once you're in a relationship, you're still saying that
no, it's
there's
still always
one
like
So
person
that.
look.
who
So
likes
look.
one more than the other.
Facts.
It's
This is
always
how
one
it
that
has
does
to go.
more.
This is how it has to go. A woman has to like a man more because her love is conditional. Her
Facts.
love is based
Facts.
on what he can do for her,
Facts.
how the lifestyle that he gives her,
Cook
what
Slim.
he's going to do, how far he's willing to go for her.
Cook
Because
Slim.
if he stops, her
Oh,
love stops. And she's already pursuing someone else.
Unless
I'm
she
Unless she
confused.
truly,
truly
truly,
adores you.
unless she truly adored him
but
before
that'll
he.
be her liking you more.
So that's
Well,
why
well,
she
why
has to
is
like
that
you
her? How
more.
is
hold
that?
on,
How is that
but
her
there's no
liking him
woman.
more? Why isn't that just
But
her adoring him?
but
Like,
there's
why?
no
Because a
Why
woman.
is it
Hold
man's
on, but
love,
there's
more?
no
a
woman
man's
that's
love
willing
is
to let a
unconditional.
man.
Once a
That's
man
willing to let a
decides
man be
on you,
absolutely
what
nothing because we're not wired that way.
once
So there would be no woman that adores you absolutely so much that you can just sit on your ass.
No,
Like there
y'all
is
are
no
exactly.
coming
woman
up.
Now
that's
that's
like
true.
What
that,
are
Now
right?
so
Because it
listen.
doesn't matter how much I love you, I want to be with you. Like we're not wired that way. But
Look,
I do understand if I do like you a lot and I want to be with you, I will give you leeway to do things that a normal man would not get. That's
Facts.
different.
Okay,
I
so
I'm
agree.
not
Mm.
stuck
and then
on any of. I'm not stuck. What I'm saying is, Slimmy. Even with what you said, why can't it just be the case that the woman adores him? How does that therefore mean that she likes him more than he likes her?
I was about to explain. Because
Okay.
a man's love is unconditional. Once a man
That.
chooses you, he's going to put his life on the line for you.
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Mm-hmm.
asking
Okay.
women to do that. So
So
you
so
need a
then
so you have to have this woman be more engaged than you actually are.
but
Facts.
so now you're saying
Because
be more engaged. Like y'all you keep changing the
Don't
word.
do the
So what
semantics thing. Don't.
I'm not. I'm
Maybe,
no, no, no,
maybe he
no. I'm
misspoke. Don't
no.
do
I'm no.
that.
I'm going to talk how I talk and
I'm your
I'm trying
counsel
to
right now, Slimmy. I got you.
I'm
I'll run
I'm
interference
trying.
on the.
I'm tr- I'm just trying to understand because from where I'm sitting, it just doesn't make sense. So you
what?
why is it shocking? Like I everything you say might not make sense to another human. So
Why
I'm
are you
trying to
mad,
talk it
Carrie? Why are
out.
you yelling? Why is your voice
I'm
going up
trying to.
octaves?
Am I yelling? I'm not trying to
Yep.
yell.
Gary,
Why you
go
doing
just go
that?
ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Let's hit out, care.
No,
I'm kidding,
but
Carrie.
we're talking about like, but then in all of the examples, you give different wording, like adore, like the word you just said. We keep adding all of these different words. So
They're
So
synonyms.
you have
It's
do
to
fine.
those
so
do the
so so when go ahead,
so for
finish what you were about
instance,
to
so
say.
for instance, you saying that a woman loves conditionally and a man loves unconditionally to me would imply that the man actually loves her more than she loves him. And so you're saying because of that, she needs to like him more than he
I'll explain.
likes her
I'll
because
explain.
he
Hold on,
loves
let
her
me explain it like this, Sonny.
unconditionally and
So
she only loves him
let me
based
give
off
you a
of what
little
he provides.
Balance.
hold
It's
on, hold
for
on.
balance.
So let me
Just
explain it
needs
to you
more.
like this. Let me explain it to you like this, Carrie. I think where you're getting caught up is that you think that our love is expressed the same. So
No, I don't.
so when
That
Slimmy
was
says so when Slimmy says loves unconditionally, for example, what we a lot of times how we communicate we love you is what we do for you or
It's an
how we take
action.
care of you,
Exactly.
right? And so a lot of times it is an action that we're doing to show you. It may not be outwardly expressed, but it is an action, right? Whereas a woman, a lot of times, what we look for in return is acknowledgement. We look for appreciation. We look for peace. We look for sex. We look for the intangibles. We look for the things that you guys can do that can make us or can empower us to continue to feel some type of way that would then lead to that action that we're doing that shows you that we love you, right? So when you're talking about adoring, that's a completely different thing than us saying providing. So we getting caught up on the semantics a lot of times of how men love women versus how men show that they love women versus how they show that they love men. But I personally believe, similar to what Slimmy was just saying, that it is important for a woman to outwardly show that she likes a man more than for a man to outwardly show that he likes her more in order for the relationship to continue to be very, very high value and high, you know what I'm saying? It's for it to be very, very productive. I don't know if that
well,
helps.
you're the last part is helpful. The context of the last part. You think that a woman should outwardly show it more than a
Facts.
man outwardly shows it because
100%.
the way that you guys would take that because the way that you all would receive that would have let me hold on, let me back up. The way that you guys would receive it would help you all to know that we genuinely like you, appreciate you, you know, X, Y, and Z.
Facts.
So I
Because
get that.
a man
I,
chasing a woman around, is I don't want to say it's weak, but it's not reinforcing. You know,
no,
because when you chase, what you chase can run away.
But men
no,
are the hunters.
No, but no. And the reason that I disagree with you on that a little bit, Q Diddy, I think that the women are more of the hunters because I think that the men are hunters for women. Um, let me pull up Kim. I think that the men.
The Bible says, "He who finds a wife
Yeah,
finds
but
a."
we
No,
dropped
that,
the
Not
hold on,
handkerchief.
hold on, hold
not
on.
the other way
Let me,
around.
But we
let me
dropped the handkerchief.
let me explain. That's correct. So the hunter a lot of times could be a person that places the trap that you then step your foot in. I think that a lot of times men that have to overly hunt, kind of like, hey baby, I'm available for you or whatever, so on and so forth. If a woman wind up choosing him, she settled for him, and she'll never respect him in the same way as the guy that she made herself available to, and then he chose her as a result of it. Because if
Facts.
I have to chase you, then that means that it's going to be a completely different power dynamic.
Yep.
However, if you show me that you are available to me, and even if I don't get to you at that particular time, even if I wait, even if it takes a little bit of time for this thing to mature, she's going to have way more adoration, respect, and love for that person that chose her as a result of the person that she wants versus the person that she had to settle for because he was just looking to get her. She'll
But
never,
this is where
ever, in
this
my
is where
opinion, she
this is
will
where I
never
say women
respect
are
the person
fucking dumb.
that chase her. She will never respect. Now, listen, I think that works for a dude that's just willing to hit and walk away. If you chasing a woman or you trying to get to her and you hit it and then it was just a thing, that's a different thing. But if you're talking about having a true longer term thing with her, whether it's a relationship, a situationship, or whatever, she'll never respect you if you are the person that was chasing her and then she wound up having to settle for you. It'll never work, ever.
That's when I say women are dumb. Because on the flip side of this, if you don't show these bitches too much attention, they think you aloof, nonchalant, like all that shit. I get this shit all the time that I'm nonchalant, and I attempt to show more, and then they be like, "You clingy now," and they be like,
No,
"You got to
Quentin.
find
No,
the
Quentin.
you
No,
got
no, no, no.
Mika. I have not talked. Go, Mika. It's all you, Mika. Go. I'm
You
listening.
got it. Go for it.
No, put me
When
on some
you
game,
speaking
Mika.
from the gut, you all right?
Fuck you, Kim.
No, Quentin, you are definitely a nice guy, but I know you. When somebody tell you that you're doing something, you gonna go overdo it, and you're gonna be like, see, this is what I'm doing. Oh, so now your ass don't want this. You don't want this now. This is what you asked for.
What are
That's
you
how you do it.
talking about?
That's how you do it. And so now it becomes ridiculous. So yeah, it's too much.
Kim, what do you think about this,
Just for
Kim?
the record, Kim reinforced that with head nod.
I
So
did.
yeah, it
No,
must be some
Kim,
Reinforce,
I
accuracy.
want to
reinforce
hear.
what?
Must
I
be
want to hear
some
what you got to
accuracy.
say, Kim.
Okay, let me preface this by saying Quentin is a good dude, and he's gonna try, but he a little petty. So Mika, you're right. You are so right.
So I just think that if a guy, and it's even worse today, I think in 2025. In 2025, women truly have to they have to drop the handkerchief in the words of Mika. Because, and let me explain why, Slimmy. Because if you put it out there and you say, hey, how you doing? Or you check on her or whatever like that, and she just keep it just like, let's just say, for example, she just keep it 100% professional, right? Oh, I'm doing well. Thank you for checking on me. And she just keep it like that. Leave her alone. Because it'll then start the borderline on harassment. Because if she wants you, she gonna let you know. Hey, whatever.
I see
It's
what you're
gonna say
saying.
something. It's gonna be a thing. She's gonna.
She'll respond.
Yeah,
Listen, a man pursuing a woman is two different things depending on whether she like you or not. If she likes you, then is pursuing, is trying to get to her, trying to get her attention. If she don't like you, it's harassment. Two different men gonna get two different labels depending on how she see you. So you're going to have to be able to read the fucking room. And if she don't throw that hint back, if she not real with you, And it's okay if a woman is like, hey, what's going on? Hey, where you been at? Why you ain't checked on me? That shit is dope. If a man is doing that shit too much, that shit is harassment. And so you're going to have to be able to balance. That's why
You know what, Anton?
for men to be able to determine whether or not a woman likes them or not based off of how she responds to them. If she not responding to you and which she really truly checking for you, leave her the fuck alone, bro. Just leave her alone.
I knew the last person I dated didn't fuck with me when she picked me up from the airport late. I said, nigga, if you fuck with me, your ass would have been on time waiting on my plane.
I guess if I had the bottom line, what I'm taking from this though, it's like, don't let the man have to guess how you feel. Don't let the man have to guess what you thinking about him. Like, don't make him guess. That's what I'm bottom lining it as.
You can
So,
tell
Carrie,
whether
you're absolutely right. But a lot of women don't want to be that vulnerable. Right? Because then
we feel like, well, he should know or he should this but I get it.
I think you should be straight up. A lot of women, you know what I think it is? They're afraid of rejection. Right? So if I'm vulnerable, then that puts me in a space where he might be truthful, with me. And then he might say, I don't really, like you like that. I don't want this, that. And a lot of women don't want to deal with that. So they just stay closed off. And it's kind of like what,
it's kind of like,
I think
and
that's
then
what Molly was
I'll wait
getting
for
at.
his lead.
That's why I said I understood what
sit
Molly
in the
was
cut
saying.
and wait.
That's why I don't believe in like overly pursuing a woman. I just don't believe in it because I just think that she'll let you know if she with it or not. And if not, then just be amicable and move on, and y'all can just be cool and life is good. Like life is still gonna be good for everybody. But you never have to cross that threshold to where shit get uncomfortable.
I think the woman should respond and reciprocate. And I think that our beauty in being a woman is in our vulnerability. So, but you have to be confident in that. You have to be okay if this man doesn't choose you. You need to know that within yourself, you're all right. It's just not a match.
Right. You can just literally you can just be upfront. But a lot of women don't want to do that because they don't really want the answer. And you already kind of know. Well, women usually know
I
the
think
answer.
that is so prevalent. I think that it works so much for women. And I don't think that women really give themselves enough credit. I think that it works so much for women that a lot of times they'll even ask, how do these girls get these high value guys? How do they get the top of the top and stuff? I think it's because they put themselves in the spaces and they shoot their fucking shot. Men will fucking go for a lot of things that y'all don't think that they're going to go for. But the fact that they put themselves in them spaces and they shoot their shot, that's exactly why. Have y'all ever seen a lot of times that the same woman get with this guy and then she'll move over and she will get with this guy or whatever? And it's because she at the fucking hotel. It's because she at the Four Seasons waiting on that nigga. It's because they know that he coming in and this plane is coming in at that particular time. It's because they be in the spaces. Now, listen, I have been to enough basketball games, because as a season ticket holder, I have been to enough basketball games to where I know where the women that are trying to get chose where they're going to sit. I have seen the same woman or some of the same women appear at the same game and get selected by a different dude from a different team on a regular basis. It is a thing, I'm telling you. They put themselves in the position to get the guys, and that's how they get with the dudes. They choose them. They choose the guys before the guy choose them. That is how women get the men that they want. It's not going to happen, but you're just sitting around. Go ahead, Molly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think women should show interest. However,
Why do we always
when
talk
women are so
like the top of the pole?
aggressive or shooting their shot first, some men do tend to think what other men is she trying to pursue. So I think y'all like that in theory, but y'all still start wondering if she's coming at me like this, what other men is she approaching like that?
Yeah, that could be true too.
Maybe.
But when we talk about
ahead,
this, we always talk about like women and like the top tier dudes. That's where like putting them in spaces and fucking 5-star hotels and at NBA games. That's not the norm. A normal nigga chasing a normal regular bitch. That's not what it looks like.
But
that's not what it looks like.
That's exactly what it looks like.
No, that's not true. It's the same shit with Kevin saying, like, why do we keep going to the top nigga and these bitches want? Oh, that's not the norm.
It's applicable.
Normal fucking 4 women.
For
Niggas is shooting a shot at them, and
they absolutely are. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because you can take that same example and you can scale it down to whatever it is that you're talking about. Whether you're going to the fucking cigar bar.
You have these bitches who think they the top of the shit. And what are you talking? No one's picking them. They can talk all this shit they want, but they sitting their ass at home by themselves. That bitch we just listened to is single.
I bet you. But my point is that
she gets
women that go outside and place themselves in proximity to guys.
She get dick.
Women that go outside,
she get a couple of dollars here and there, and she gets some dick, and nigga, and she goes back to the streets. Bye.
Women that go outside on a smaller scale, that go into some of these spaces, whether you go to the cigar bar, whether you go to the restaurant, whether you go to skating or whatever. Man, look, bro, I've seen women just the other weekend, the last time that I went skating, women that I would never fucking look at. They jumped on them skates and they was moving us like it just was like, damn, she kind of a vibe. And then when I got outside and I went back to my truck, I was like, man, I would never fuck with a chick like that. Like when she got off them skates. But my point is that when they were in proximity, it was like, damn, and one girl was like, hey, come skate with me or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. And it was just a different type of shit. And it like, I'm telling you, bro, proximity, absolutely. The problem with a lot of women is that they are in the house and they are not outside. Proximity will absolutely get women that may not be a fucking 10 or may not even be a 9. It 100% will get them in the spaces where men will choose them. Now, what they do after they get in front of the guys, whether or not they're the type of person that the guy want to continue to talk to, is a completely different conversation. But to get the opportunity, it 100% works every time, bro. Every time.
But you said many times on the internet that people who marry, they're not just this random, some girl put you in a spot. It's like a friend pool, somebody that knows somebody, we go to church and know somebody that go, like it's that. It's not.
That's called going outside.
It's not a random bitch in a cigar lounge being thirsty.
Bro, it happens every day.
They're not getting married. They're fucking getting fucked.
We're not talking about getting married.
Okay. That's different. All right. All right.
What they do afterwards is a whole nother conversation. I'm
fucking saying bitches is so easy though. Like, nigga. Like if that's like, you know what I mean? Like,
listen, I'm not having any pushback for that. I'm not debating you on that. I agree. It is easy. A lot of times guys don't get them because they're not outside either. But all I'm saying is when women go outside and they place themselves in proximity of guys and they network effectively, they a lot of times do get opportunities. If y'all think that a lot of these women that may not even be like 10s and 9s, it's not getting fucked on, they are. Women get way more sex than men, no matter what they look like. And a lot of times
women are dumb and they're fucking sluts. Not all of them. Y'all niggas don't know what y'all want, but y'all gonna put the box out there until you figure it out.